This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes, creators of the world's best repair manuals. Fix your car or truck the right way with our accurate and reliable information at your side. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete online manual at Haynes.com.
Before raising the vehicle, remove the hubcap from the wheel, then remove the cotter pin from the drive axle and hub nut. Loosen the drive axle and hub nut. Loosen the wheel lug nuts, raise the vehicle and support it securely on jack stands. Remove the wheel for the drive axle being replaced. Remove the wheel speed sensor from the steering knuckle if equipped. Remove the control arm ball joint to steering knuckle pinch bolt and nut. Pry downward on the lower control arm to separate the lower ball joint from the steering knuckle. Remove the hub nut and push the drive axle out of the hub while pulling outward on the steering knuckle. If the drive axle splines are frozen, screw the old hub nut back on a few turns and free the splines by tapping the end of the drive axle with a soft face hammer. Place a drain pan underneath the transaxle to catch any lubricant that may spill out when the drive axle is removed. If you're replacing the left drive axle, pry the inner CV joint out of the transaxle using a pry bar. Then remove the drive axle. If you're replacing the right drive axle, mark the relationship of the support bracket to the bearing, then remove the support bracket bolts. Pull out the drive axle assembly. Do not try to separate the bearing from the inner CV joint until you have the entire assembly on a bench. If necessary, install a new drive axle oil seal on the transaxle case. If you're reinstalling the old drive axle, install a new retaining clip on the axle end before installation. If installing a new drive axle, make sure there is a new one pre-installed. Install the drive axle. On the left drive axle, to ease insertion and seating of the retaining ring, position the gap in the ring at the bottom. Push in the drive axle by the inner CV joints sharply to seat the retaining ring in its groove inside the transaxle. To ensure that the inner CV joint retaining ring on the drive axle is locked in place, pull on the inner CV joint and make sure it doesn't slide out. On the right drive axle, slide the axle assembly into its mounting bracket. Align the support bearing plate marks drawn previously and install the support bearing plate retaining bolts. Make sure the end of the drive axle is seated properly into the transaxle. Tighten the support bearing plate bolts to 132 inch-pounds. Insert the outer end of the drive axle into the steering knuckle. Insert the lower ball joint stud back into the steering knuckle, then install the lower ball joint pinch bolt and nut. Tighten the nut on the bolt to 41 foot-pounds. Install the drive axle hub nut, but don't fully tighten it yet. Install the wheel speed sensor to the steering knuckle if removed previously. Install the wheels and lug nuts, then safely lower the vehicle. Tighten the wheel lug nuts to 83 foot-pounds. Tighten the drive axle and hub nut to 83 foot-pounds. Then install a new cotter pin. Check the transaxle lubricant level, and if necessary, add some to bring it up to the proper level. Start the engine, then with the engine idling, check the fluid level. Add fluid a little at a time when checking it with the dipstick until it reaches near the upper notch on the dipstick. Insert the dipstick and ensure that it locks in place. Turn off the engine.